Hello students, good day. In today's session we are going to learn how to access data from data frame. Okay, so we know data frame consists of so many rows and columns. So how do you retrieve a value from the data frame? So that's what we are going to learn. There are so many ways to access the data. We'll see one by one. The first one is accessing a column. So if you want the whole column's value, how do you fetch? Okay, so there are two ways. The one is with the square bracket. Okay, so you have to write the data frame object name and you have to use the square bracket. Inside the square bracket you have to mention the column name. Okay, the example is given here. So all values in the name column will be displayed here. So next notation is using the dotted notation. Okay, so df1, this is the data frame object name, dot, you have to use the column name. Okay, so what is the difference is, if you are using the dotted notation, you should not use the single quotation around the column name. Okay, so here you can see I can directly mention the column name without the single quotation. So that's the difference between the dotted notation and the brackets notation, right? And the one in dotted notation we can fetch only one column value, but in square bracket we can mention list of column names. Okay, so you have to give list of list. Look at this one, I have used two square brackets if you are using multiple column names. Okay, the example is given df1 of name, age, contact. So all these column values will be displayed in the output. Okay, this is something same as series object. Okay, in series object also we can mention the index value, index name there. Okay, the same way we can use it in the data frame also, right? And here we are using the column name, not the index. Okay, so this is the column name. So let's see the example. Okay, this is my program. I have created 5 series. Okay, S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5, 5 series. So each series contains the mark of particular subject. Okay, and we have some 4 students. Okay, so we collected all these marks and I am creating a dictionary here. Okay, the key value I am using in the subject name. So the value I am using as a series. Okay, so here S1 series is assigned to IP. So this is IP mark for these students. Okay, and M2 is S2, sorry, math is S2. So S2 is math mark and this is English mark, physics mark and then chemistry mark. So 5 different subjects mark of 4 students have collected and we are storing that in the data object. Okay, so now I am creating a data frame called df1 pd.data frame of data. I am passing this data now. So in the first statement we are just printing the df1. Let's see this one first. Okay, so this is the data frame created, right? So column names are IP, math, English, subject names are column names and the index value are student names. Okay, so from this one we want to fetch particular column value. For example, all the physics mark, all the chemistry marks. Okay, so we can fetch those values using this one. So I'm going to use 3 print statements here. The first print statement, we are printing the math mark using the square bracket notation. So look at this one, df1, inside the square bracket I am mentioning the column name inside the single quotation. Okay, so next one we are fetching the IP marks using the dotted notation. So this is the IP column name, I didn't mention the single quotation around it. And the third one, multiple columns. So df1 of math comma IP, look at this one, 2 square brackets are there. Okay, so this is called list of list. Okay, so you can see the output. The first one is math mark using the square bracket and the next one is IP mark using the dotted notation and the third one is multiple columns, math and IP. Okay, so you will get all the results along with the index name. Okay, so this is how you can fetch a particular column from a data frame. So next one, accessing a subset using row or column names. Okay, so you are going to access particular row, particular column value. Okay, So for this one we have the LOC. So this method we are very much familiar of since we have used in series object itself. Okay, the same LOC method, but the syntax here is differs from that one because this is two-dimensional array. So you have to mention that row and then the column. Okay, so first syntax is data frame dot LOC square bracket start row colon end row comma start column name colon end column name. Okay, so this is a slicing operator, we know that, right? So to access a particular row, example is given df1 dot location. Look at this one, name. Okay, we need only the name columns, name rows output. So this is row. Okay, so if you want the name row alone, then you have to use the row name. So I didn't mention any colon there because we want only that one. So if you use the colon, then from that one, from that row till the end row, right? So I am not mentioning any colon here, only the row name comma this colon is must. Okay, so after comma we are mentioning this colon. So this colon refers here, that means all the column values. Okay, so particular row and all the column values. For the name column, name row, it displays all the column values. Okay, so to access multiple rows you have to use a start and then stop. Okay, so this is the starting row till the ending row, then comma, again you have to use the this colon to mention all the column names. Okay, so here I am just starting with the colon. Okay, that means all the rows. Okay, all the rows and column values from Hrithik to Nikhil, right? To access range of column you have to use from the name column till name row till the contact row, from the Hrithik column till the Nikhil column. So let's see this example here. Okay, the first one is single row. Okay, so we are going to fetch only Tina's record, and here we are going to read Karan till Tina, and here we are getting math mark till physics, and okay, so this one, right? So let's run one by one. So first one df1.loc, I am mentioning only Tina, okay, and comma this is the colon. So this colon specifies all the column values. Okay, so all the marks of Tina will be displayed here, right? So we have this Karan, Dilip, Tina and Pinky are indexes. Okay, so that is the row index, and this is the column index. IP, math, English, physics, chemistry are the column index. So if you want only Tina's record, you have to mention Tina and then comma, then you have to use the colon, right? So next one, from Karan till Tina. Okay, so Karan is the first record and Tina is the third record. So you will get Karan, Dilip and Tina. So we are using the LOC method. So this LOC method includes the ending index also, right? So this is not like a slicing operator. So where the slicing operator, the end index will be excluded. But here the LOC method, the index will also be considered. The end index will also be considered, right? So from Karan till Tina, since we are using the colon here, all the column values. Okay, all the 5 marks of Karan and Tina will be displayed. So next example, colon comma IP. What is colon here? All the rows. So that means all these 4 people's mark of IP. Okay, since I have used only one IP and I didn't mention any colon there. That means only IP marks of all the students. So this one we can also use it like a column method, df1 of IP. We have used it here, right? So df1 of math column. So this way also you can use. The alternate way is this one, using the LOC. Okay, so by directly mentioning the column name, you can fetch a particular column value, or you can use the LOC method. Okay, so this will give the same answer, right? So next one, colon. I'm starting with colon. That means all the rows. Okay, comma math to physics, right? So from math, English, physics. So these 3 marks of all the people will be displayed here, right? So next one, Karan to Tina, English to chemistry. So from Karan to Tina and marks of English, physics, chemistry will be displayed, right? So next one, so Dilip and then colon. Okay, that means from Dilip till the last index, till Pinky, comma, colon and then English. So since I am using colon, the first index should be the starting value. So what is the starting value? IP. So from IP till the English. So you know that colon, right? So that's a slicing operator. So if you don't mention the starting column, the starting row name will be the first one and the ending row will be the last one. Okay. So the same way in location also, here after colon I didn't mention the second record, second value. So that means till the last one. So here I didn't mention the first one. That means the first record. Okay. Here the last one is to fetch the particular mark. Okay, if you give only current comma IP, current means current's particular record and IP is current's IP mark, right? So without any colon. So like the same way here we have mentioned, right, only Tina, and then I am using a comma. That means only Tina's record. The same way for the column also I am giving only the IP. So we can fetch current's IP mark. Okay, so let's run this one. Okay, so this is the output we got. Let's check line by line. Okay, first according to this print statement, the df1 is displayed, and the next print statement is df1. So this print statement gives the empty row, okay, empty line, and then df1 of LOC of Tina, right? So this is Tina's all subjects mark. Okay, and current to Tina, we are getting current to Tina all the marks. Since we have used the colon, all the columns are displayed here. And then the next one is IP. So this is IP mark alone. Okay, so this one is the IP mark alone. The next one, all the column, all the rows of math and physics. You can see all the 4 people, and the result is math, English, physics. So from math to physics we have math, English and then physics. So all these 3 columns are displayed, right? So next example, current to Tina, right? So current, Dilip, Tina, and English, physics, chemistry, all those marks, right? So next one, from Dilip till the last record. So Dilip is the second record and the last record is Pinky here. So Dilip to Pinky, and then the marks starting from the start to English. So starting mark is IP, so IP, math, English, right? So this is the last one is current's IP mark. You can get current's IP mark as 90. Okay, you can see it here, current's IP mark. So to fetch the particular value, right? So this way we can get the subset from the data frame. We can get few values, any of those values from the data frame you can fetch using this LOC method. So LOC stands for location. So this one you have to use it along with the row name or column name. Okay, if the indexes and the column names, or either the index and the column name is string value, then you have to use the LOC method. So we know the index can be a numeric value also, and the column name can also be a numeric value. So in that case we have to use ILOC method. So that we will see in the next video. Thank you.